All right, Detroit Pistons are rumored to be shopping Jaden Ivey or checking to see what his value it is on the skirt. But you got Detroit Pistons top playlist. He had a big win last night versus the Phoenix Suns. I know Devin Booker didn't play, and it just seemed like they was a little bit lackadaisical in that game. Cade was awful. Maybe he really is injured or rusty. Pistons stance on Jaden Ivey becoming clear. Rumors true. Jaden Ivey's in future may not extend past the trade deadline, which I also think Tobias shouldn't either. But no, that's here nor there. Shout out to Piston Power. Shout out Detroit Pistons top playlist. I didn't say it already. Detroit. The biggest question hanging over the Detroit Pistons as the February 5th trade deadline approaches is what are they going to do with Jaden Ivey? Insider Jake Fisher fanned those flames today when he mentioned that the Pistons are at least known to gauging the market for the fourth-year guard. Remember, he's on an expiring contract. Gauging the market is fairly vague phase. That doesn't necessarily mean Pistons are shopping Ivy, but at least that discussion is being had, and they are somewhat open to the possibility. One thing I say about this is this, man. We start having these conversations and all that type of stuff about it, but to keep it a being with you, you can't really believe what you hear through the media. So if they say, you're gonna have to believe this, but if they say, we're not trying to make no moves, a lot of times they might still end up making a move. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they may still try to end up making a move. So, really, only when time will tell. But historically, it tells you that Detroit teams don't really make splashes before the trade deadline. So you got to understand that historically we don't make those splashes. So, usually you kind of got to listen to what's being said, and does that align with what the organization? Does that align with the organization has been in the past? Is that what the deal is? Are we known to make moves? Are we known to go for it? And no, they're not. So, at the end of the day, they'd rather just let Tobias walk. They'd rather let Ivy walk for nothing. And that's been that organization. They get trade exemptions. They don't use trade exemptions. They do all these different things. You know what I'm saying? And they let assets walk, at the end of the day, or they give them away. Spencer Dinwiddie, Aaron Aflalo, what's the dude's name? Chris Middleton. I mean, we can go on and on and on like Erykah Badu and how they operate, no matter who's the head man in charge. Rarely do you see the Pistons go out there and make that move, or Detroit teams, because ultimately what it boils down to is they don't want to pay nobody. That's what it boils down to. They don't want to pay nobody. So that's what it boils down to. Tom Gorse is different. He got money to blow and all that type of stuff. Yeah. But for whatever reason, we don't go out there and we don't get it. We just don't. And for some people, that's okay. But me personally, nah. We need to go out there and need to be aggressive sometimes, especially when you feel like you close or a window. And I remember somebody had a comment in the comment section and they were like, people are not just satisfied with us winning. We've been so bad for so long. People should be happy that we win it. That's not even the point. I think most people understand basketball, understand the NBA. There's rarely been this amount of parity in the NBA. Especially when you have picks like the Pistons do. You got assets and expiring contracts like the Pistons do. People who know basketball, know the NBA, they understand it hasn't been this much parity in the NBA in some time. Anybody can win the championship damn near. That's, more than 4 teams can win it. OKC, San Antonio, Houston, you know what I'm saying? Denver. So, for a minute, it's usually only 4 teams that can win it. Minnesota, and that's just in the West. You got Chicago. I mean, you got Chicago, excuse me. You got Detroit, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Raptors coming up. I feel like I might be forgetting a team in the West too. And I'm not talking about the Lakers. So yeah, Phoenix was a hot team. I mean, it's just like when you got more than 4 teams that can win a championship, and some people still believe in Golden State. When you got more than 4 teams that can win a championship, That's a major window of opportunity and parity in the NBA. That's what y'all don't understand. Then you have a surplus. You have a surplus of players that's available. So you got a lot of players that's available for the Lowski. And I'm not just talking about guys like LaMelo, John Morant, that's at the top of the food chain. There's a lot of other guys, that's there that can be moved too. Solid guys, mid-tier guys, Michael Porter Juniors, you know what I'm saying? The Trey Murphys, the Herb Jones, there's a lot of guys for opportunity that you can get up and get out and you can get some of these dudes. So, that's the true beauty. That's the true beauty of it, you know? So, but 1 second. I'm trying to do too much. And this is what I get. My bad. But but yes, carry on. But it says that trade rumors aren't the only signs that Detroit are giving on Ivy. I feel for Ivy, he's coming back from serious injury, has not had the luxury of playing his way back on the team that is competing for the Eastern Conference. He was hampered by early minutes limitations by teammates who were playing better and making larger impact. But Ivy said himself that he is no longer on any hype of minutes restriction and still hasn't played more than 28 minutes that he did against the Clippers, and that was on the back on December 28th. He's instead benched in crunch time in favor of other players, with even Chaz Lanier getting run in places at time, even with all the injuries. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes you got to be able to read the room. But last night, a lot of people in the Phoenix game was saying that, oh, don't trade Jaden Ivey. He still got it. He made some plays. But really, it just don't seem like, the Pistons, believe in him. So, they don't feel like he believe in him. He had, I think, a 15 ball last night. Yeah. He had played 17 minutes at 15 minutes. He was three. He was, he had three threes and got 17 minutes. That's all he got. So, yeah, the writing's pretty much on the wall for him. So, hopefully, you ain't gonna get much for him, but if you're gonna make a larger deal, that contract, honestly, it may come into play. So, but hey, it is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Other than that, peace. And don't forget, hit the link tree. You can find me everywhere there. Social media, other platforms. Peace.